Good evening, guys. This is Yusuf, and I am first year FPM student at IIM Indore. So this video is all about how to prepare for FPM, what is FPM as a course, and opportunities, also the curriculum that will be included in the FPM program, and how you should prepare your SOP, how you should prepare for your interview, and final selection. So we'll be dealing with each of them one by one. So coming to the first point, which is about just a second, let me adjust. Yeah. So coming to the FPM program, what is FPM and what are the opportunities? What is the curriculum that is included in this FPM program? So before applying for any course, you must go through the curriculum. You must go through the opportunities that is being offered by that course, because then only you will be able to decide whether this course or this program is going to add any advantage to you at some point of time in your career or not. Simply joining FPM program without any preparation or without realizing its importance will not make any sense. Therefore, let me tell you the basic of FPM program, what it is. FPM, as it stands for Fellowship in Management, is a doctoral program, and it is being offered by nearly all the IIMs except few new ones, and also MDI Gurgaon, by XLRI, which is in Jamshedpur, and some other institutes. For example, IRMA. IRMA is offering FPM program, and then the Indian Institute of Foreign Management, Forest Management, that is also which is in Bhopal. It is one of the very reputed management institute in India. Then we have Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, and some other institutions. They are offering FPM program, which is Fellowship in Management. Now, FPM is a doctoral program, but it is not a PhD program. So you must understand that there is a difference between PhD program and a doctoral program. A PhD program is recognized by UGC and is being accepted by nearly all the universities in India. A fellowship in management program is specific to IIMs and some other institutions which are very limited in number. As you know, Indian Institute of Management was instituted or was constituted under an act of parliament, and it is different from any other universities which are recognized by UGC. IIM, they don't require any recognition from UGC because they are made by a separate law by the parliament. And that is why these institutions like IITs and IIMs, they are also considered as institute of national importance, because they receive special funding under various schemes, and then they are given autonomy in decision making and their day-to-day administration. So IIMs like I'm Indore, I'm Bangalore, I'm Kolkata, they all offer FPM programs, and it is a doctoral program, and yes, it is well accepted by nearly all the universities, because majority of the IIMs, they have been successful in securing a certificate from Association of Indian Universities, which is recognized by all central and state universities as part of them, and hence those who do fellowship in management program, they become eligible for lectureship in different universities across India. But there is a difference between PhD and FPM. As I said, the curriculum, the course which is taught at FPM level is very different from those which are taught to PhD student, no matter whether he is in IIT or is in a private or a government any other institutions. For example, in IIT, the coursework is maximum for 1 year. In fact, some IITs like IIT Kanpur, they are offering short coursework program which is not more than 6 months or 8 months. But at IIMs, the minimum coursework duration is 2 years. 1 year for your combined study with PGP students, and the second year is the advanced fellowship in management research papers that you have to cover. So this is very different from other PhD programs. Also, some IIMs like IIM Indore and other IIMs, IIM Ahmedabad, they offer you the opportunity to finish your PhD program or doctoral program or FPM program within a very stipulated time period, that is 4 to 5 years. In fact, at IIM Indore, majority of my seniors, they have finished their FPM program by the end of 4 years 3 months, 4 years 2 months. So this is relatively shorter as compared to PhD program offered at any other universities like JNU or Delhi University. Yeah. So FPM program, which is being offered by IIMs, as I said, the curriculum includes 2 years of coursework. So in the first year, you are introduced with PGP coursework. PGP is actually postgraduate program, which is the flagship course of IIMs, as it is well known as a MBA degree by IIMs, offered by IIMs. So in IIMs, you don't get a MBA degree, you get a PGP program certificate. So, in the first year, you are introduced to the PGP coursework. Depending upon the IIMs that you have joined as a fellow, your coursework may vary. For example, at IIM Indore, we are not supposed to attend all the PGP classes as offered to rest of the students from FPM from PGP program or executive PGP program. At IIM Indore, recently they restructured their FPM programs around 2 years ago. So after that, only few courses which are required for a FPM student to learn and undergo, they are offered at the first level, the first year. So for example, I'm in OBHR area, so I'm attending classes, PGP classes for strategy. I am attending PGP classes for HRM and OB1 and OB2. Within the OBs, we have OB1 and OB2. OB1 deals with individual and OB2 deal with organizational level issues. So but for example, some of my other batchmates who are in OMQT area, operation management and finance area, they are offered coursework in some other courses, for example operation management, information systems and so on. So depending upon your area, you may be asked to attend 4 to 5 PGP classes. However, apart from your PGP classes, you also have to attend FPM courses. So in the first year itself, we have been attending FPM courses which are no different from PGP program. The only thing is that at FPM coursework, you are introduced more with research papers rather than simply case studies, which is actually the general system followed by IIMs, different IIMs. In any other IIM, in any IIM, if you are in the PGP program, you are mostly taught through a case study. At FPM level, you are not just introduced with case study methodology, but also research based study. So apart from the case study, you are also asked to read articles which are published in reputed journals, and based on those articles, the class discussions is carried on. Mostly the classroom session is in seminar form, so students are asked to read the chapter, prepare, and then maybe you have to present it. So every next day somebody is presenting, and obviously rest of the batch has to read that paper and then get ready, prepare themselves for a question answer round, or maybe some surprise quiz which can be organized by the faculty. So they are following a very innovative methodology to train you for later research, which is required actually. And the same facility may not be available at any other academic institution. Before coming to IIM Indore, I was in IIT Patna. In fact, I was doing a PhD, and to be very honest, the coursework that was offered at IIT Patna cannot withstand the degree of complexity and also the stress that we face here. But then until unless you face that certain degree of stress, and you don't face those complexity and you don't tackle with them, you will not be able to become a good faculty. I'm not denying that those who are doing their PhD at IITs are not good. In fact, many of our faculties are PhD degree holder from IITs itself. I'm just talking about the course curriculum which is being offered to us in the first 2 years, and definitely it is very unique, and it is being followed in a pattern which is well accepted abroad. So obviously there is some reason why they are still following this coursework system at IIMs, different IIMs. So in the first year, as I said, you will be attending PGP classes and also your FPM classes. IIMs follow a relative grading system. Under relative grading system, you will be evaluated based on the marks which is being scored by your batchmates. So obviously if some of your batchmate has scored 100 out of 100, they'll get A, and if you have scored 99 you will get a B. So their score will decide your performance. It is not like what is being followed in other universities, where if you scored 60% that is totally your score. No, here your 60% depends upon how much the others have scored. If everybody has scored above you, then you are supposed to get D or F. And at IIMs, if you are getting an F, there is no chance to survive, because then you'll have to quit the course after one attempt that they are supposed to offer you. So that will be the additional advantage for you to pass that course. Or in case if you fail, then you will be asked to leave this course. So they are very particular about that. And earlier I was also not very serious, that is why I am sharing this to you. You need to score above PGP students to be on the safer side. So obviously your competition is tough, but then it is only in the first year. From the second year you will be attending your FPM coursework and the things will change. So obviously the point is that in the first year they want you to uh, make yourself realize that at IIMs you don't just study your specific area courses, but also general topics which may be required at some point of a time in your research. That is why we study finance, we study strategy, we study marketing, we study operation, we study information system, apart from our subject area courses like OB, HRM. So in other way they want to make sure that there a common standard is created at all level among all the FPM students. And you will find its relevance when you will become a faculty, or when you will be writing a case study or a paper, because a research paper does not simply include your topic from your area of interest, but it may include some interdisciplinary topic that may help you to design your thesis proposal. And later on, while you become a faculty, this may help you to design your course curriculum at some point of time. So somehow it has some relevance, and we cannot simply deny its relevance, its existence in at IIMs. Now, coming to the second year, in the second year, you will be offered advanced coursework programs, and they will be mostly limited to your area of research. For example, if I am in OB area, then I'll be taught different courseworks on HR OB and related topics, maybe even strategy, because strategy finds its relevance in OBHR and also marketing. And there will be one or two common coursework which will be mostly on matrix system, econometrics, and then quantitative research or qualitative research, which everyone has to study for their research publications. So these are the coursework, as I said. And relative grading, so you will be graded based on that. You have to score certain CGPA score in order to be promoted to the second year. This is the minimum requirement. At IIM Ahmedabad and all the new IIMs, you have to attend all the PGP classes in the first year. This is not same for all the IIMs. I am Indore, I am Bangalore, I am Kozhikode, and I guess some of the newer IIMs, they have started restructuring their FPM program so that FPM students don't have to attend all PGP courses but only a limited of them. This helps them to better cope up with the stress level, which is actually not required at that point. So in order to reduce the stress level and also help FPM student to better concentrate on their research topic, some of the IIMs, they have restructured their system, and we can expect that in the upcoming years they may all the IIMs, they may restructure their FPM program so that you don't require to attend PGP courses at all, but it will take time. So as of now you have to attend PGP courses, at least 4 to 5 courses, even if you are not in IIM Ahmedabad. And then even then you have to attend, like in IIM Indore we have to attend 4 to 5 PGP courses in the first year, and even in one course in the second year. So that's happening, that's very obvious, and it's not a problem. So enough of curriculum thing. About the FPM program as such. Normally FPM program can be completed in 4 years. At time Indore, you have this opportunity to finish this coursework in 3.5 years. In fact, one of our senior, she finished her coursework, her FPM program itself in 3.5 years, and then she got selected for her postdoc at Kellogg's University, Kellogg's Business School, which is one of the top business school in the world. So you can understand that even after PhD program, students are opting for postdocs and other courses abroad and even within Indian universities. So after in 4 years you can expect finishing your FPM program. At IIM Bangalore, at IIM Kolkata, it may take you 5.5 years, because they typically follow a different structure, and which is more rigorous. I'm not saying whether it is required or not, I'm not objecting on that, but then 5.5 year is actually uh, going to be a large part of your life, taking large part of your life. So you have to be very careful while you are opting for FPM program. You have to understand what is your goal and aim, why do you want to pursue FPM program, and whether it is going to help add anything to your career or not. Because if you are already have vast if you already have a vast work ex, and you are satisfied with your job, there is no point coming for this FPM program. But if you feel that academic is your cup of tea, and you really want to be a researcher, you really want to be a faculty, and that kind of job, then FPM program is good for you. But then spending 4 years or 5 years in the campus, and then leaving all those lucrative job, or the the opportunity that you have outside the IIMs should be calculated, and it should your decision should be based on long term perspectives, and not just short term goals. Because getting a stipend, I know many of us are attracted by the stipends offered by IIMs. Some of us may not be getting that much of money in any job, but that doesn't mean you, just because you are eligible, so you should come for this course. If you are satisfied and you feel that research is what you wanted, then only you should come. Experimenting with research, I don't feel this is right. Now, coming to the FPM programs and career opportunities, after you finishing your FPM program, you get a fellowship in management degree, and then you can apply for lecturer position, assistant lecturer position, assistant professor designation, designated jobs at different IIMs, private universities, government universities, and even you can go abroad to pursue a postdoc, or maybe as an assistant professor. One of our senior, he passed out from IIM Indore, and currently he is serving as assistant professor in one of the good universities, well-known universities, I should say, abroad. So it's not that after doing your FPM program from IIM, you cannot become a faculty abroad. You can become a faculty, provided you have good publications, you have done your coursework in a good manner, scored well. The chances are here. Getting into IIMs as an assistant lecturer is relatively easier, because IIMs prefer their own candidates, their own students, not in the same institution but in different IIM. The whole IIM itself is a fraternity, and they are very close group. So if you're passed out from IIM Ahmedabad, the chances of you becoming faculty in IIM Kolkata, Bangalore, or Indore is very high. If you passed out from IIM Indore, your chances of becoming a faculty in IIM Ranchi or Trichy or Vizag is very high. So this is how this whole system works. If you go through the profile of faculty, you'll get to know that majority of them are from IIM itself. But yes, they recruit faculties from other universities, PhD graduates from other universities as well, though the majority of them are FPMs. Now, apart from academic job, you can also enter industry. Nearly all the IIMs offer placement opportunities to FPM candidates. However, at IIM Indore, IIM Bangalore, no, even Bangalore offers. In fact, at IIM Indore, I know that they don't have a separate placements for FPM students, or they don't actually allow FPM students to participate in PGB placements. However, in rest of the IIMs, in fact, IIM Indore has, IIM Ahmedabad has a separate placement cell for FPM candidates. At IIM Bangalore, you are eligible for placement opportunities with PGP, at par with PGP. But that doesn't mean you will be offered the same job profile which is being offered to PGP candidates, because a lot of factors comes into play. For example, your profile, whether you have a technical background or not, whether your work is relevant or not, or whether you are suitable for that position or not. Maybe for consultancy you are not suitable, or maybe you are only suitable for the consultancy but not general management program or marketing area. So it depends. But to be very honest, it's my request that if you are looking for a better job opportunities at IIMs, through IIMs, through this FPM program, it's better that you should prepare hard, spend one more year, and get into PGP program rather than coming for FPM. Because the time that you will spend here 4 to 5 years and then get the same job which every PGP candidate is getting here, then it will not make any sense. Because then you could have spent these 4 5 years to to make your resume better and then get the same job without undergoing the FPM program itself, isn't it? Now, this was all about the career opportunities. Coming to the preparation for FPM program, how to prepare for FPM, how to write your SOPs. Uh, Normally, IIMs introduce IIMs. They release their application forms by November or October end, or November, early November. So, but you get sufficient time to fill this form, because majority of the candidates who apply for FPM are through CAT. So CAT results are declared normally in January, mid of the January. So IIMs provide you sufficient time so that you can wait till your CAT results are out. Once it is out, then you can apply, or you may fill the form now onwards, now only, and then you can wait for your CAT result. And the moment your CAT results are out, you can share the same with the FPM office of IIMs. Now, if you are applying for IIMs, I suggest you that if it is convenient, you should apply for all the IIMs which are offering FPM program. Never ever think that IIM Ahmedabad for FPM it is better than IIM Ranchi or any other new IIMs. See, FPM program is very different from PGP programs. Here the faculties are same, whether you are in IIM Ahmedabad or IIM Ranchi. There is hardly any difference between the faculties. It is simply the legacy and also the time when the IIM was established that actually give its brand name and reputation. Nothing else is different. You are not going to FPM program for placements. You are not going to FPM program to attend only PGP courses, or do nothing other than your PGP courses. So obviously your target, your objective is different. And if your objective is different, you should look for more research perspective, through research perspective rather than based on the branding. IIM Ahmedabad is considered as the best management institution in India, but this is for PGP. For FPM program, IIM Bangalore is considered number one because it has more research paper published in renowned journals than any other IIMs. Also, IIM Bangalore is the only IIM which has one of its faculty who published his article in AMG Academy of Management Journal. In fact, none other than him has published any article in the AMG journal, which is actually number one journal in the world. So you can understand IIM Bangalore and their research level. They are definitely at par with any other universities abroad. Now, even some newer IIMs, for example, IIM Udaipur, IIM Trichy, they are doing really well in terms of research. So you can also go and join FPM program there, and also they are offering better stipends, better facilities to FPM candidates than any older IIMs. This is a truth, and you must understand that. Uh, for FPM program, if you have, mostly majority of the IIMs have this eligibility criteria that you should have 60% marks at post graduation level, or if you have a BTech or CS degree, then you should have that required CGPA. And if you have that required CGPA, then you have to clear either their internal exam, which is conducted by some of the IIMs. For example, IIM Bangalore, IIM Indore, they conduct their own entrance tests. And if you don't want to go through their internal test, don't want to appear for their internal test, then you have to produce one of the scorecard, which is either GATE or CAT score, or your GRE score or GMAT score. Based on your score and your statement of purpose SOP, you are called for the interview. Also, some other factors that comes into play is your performance at class 10th, class 12th, graduation level, your work experience, and also if you have done some projects or not, whether you have some publications. These are all other factors that may decide call for different times. For example, I was surprised I got call from nearly all the IIMs which I applied except I am uh, Kolkata. I'm Lucknow. I got call from IIM Ahmedabad for two areas. I got call from IIM Kolkata, that too in two areas. Then IIM Trichy, Ranchi, Shillong, Kozhikode. I got call from IIM Indore, IIM Raipur, IIM Rohtak, but I didn't get any call from IIM Lucknow. So it may vary from it may depends upon their selection criteria, which is not disclosed actually. My CAT score was very high. In fact, I got PGP calls as well. I scored 98.4 percentile, so it was quite high. So I cannot say that CAT score would be a factor. There may be some factor that I am not aware of. So you have to be very careful while you are filling your form. Be honest, try to fill only those details which you are aware of and you are confident to discuss that in the interview. If you feel that you are not sure about those things, never ever mention that in your SOP or in your application form. Further, IIMs usually ask you to send a recommendation letter of two of your mentor who may be either your faculty from your previous institutions or current institutions, or maybe your employer or former employer. So make sure you talk in advance, you inform your faculty, your employer in advance, so that they are well prepared. Also, if you are doubtful that your employer or your faculty is not going to respond to the mails which is forwarded by IIMs to confirm what you have said in the SOP and what your faculty's view, then better you should avoid those faculty. Yes, you are supposed to fill the recommendation form, so there is no way to escape. Better don't try to manipulate your information. Don't try to write anything which you know is not right, which is a lie. Try to be honest as much as you can, no matter whether it is a one line statement or a one page SOP. If you are honest, believe me, they are going to call you and they are going to ask you. There you can justify, sir, because of this reason I was not able to write this, because of this reason I am unable to secure this. But at least you need to have two recommendation. In case if it is required, you should better sit with your faculty, your mentor, and ask him or her to write your recommendation letter in front of you, so that you get to know whether they are writing something positive or negative. In case they are writing a negative, don't object. You should in fact try to prepare yourself so that you can counter those arguments when you are called for the interview. There may be a chance that they may not read your SOP and simply ask you based on your academic performances, your academic functional backgrounds. But there are chances that faculties will ask you about the recommendation that they receive from your mentor, and the questions may revolve around that. So the faculties get your SOPs and your recommendation letter in advance, so they have sufficient time to decide the question that they are supposed to ask you. So you need to be well prepared. Now, coming to the SOP, in the SOP part, SOP need not to be very long and like 1000 words. It can be as short as 200 words, 150 words. But what is more important is that you should justify why you want to join FPM program. So, if you're writing, like suppose I before coming for this FPM program, even I was not exactly sure what is research and how this research is conducted. So though I had prior experience while I was in IIT, but I cannot say that that was very advanced level of information that I received, because I stayed at IIT only for 3 months. So it was not sufficient for me to know more about research. So what I did that, I wanted to do a PhD in OBHR. So first I googled through ABDC rated journals. ABDC is actually rating for journals, which is done by an Australian organization. It's actually an Australian university which rank journals based on their quality. So ABDC rated journals, if you are reading a journal from ABDC rated A star journal or A journal, it is supposed to be one of the best journal in the world. So before you start preparing for FPM program, what you have to do is to uh, download abdc rating from the website. It's in excel form, you can download it. Once you have downloaded it, just shortlist those journals which are A and A star rated in your area. Like you want to do a PhD in OBHR or marketing area, then shortlist, just make a list of those journals, A and A star journal. I'll ask you to stick to A star journal only, not B and C journals. And then start reading their current issues. Try to know what are the current issues that are being discussed in these journals. Now suppose if you come to know about a topic like job crafting, which I discuss in my SOP, so then try to read more about job crafting. What is job crafting? Don't simply read it on Wikipedia, because Wikipedia is not considered a reliable source. What I suggest you is that in ABDC journal, there are also some journals that publish review papers. So you should google and try to find those journals which publish review papers, and you should also try to find uh, review articles on that topic. For example, job crafting, so you may go to Google Scholar and you can type review paper on job crafting, and you'll get a list of review papers that was published in the last few years on job crafting. And then in the review papers you'll get a broad idea how this concept originated and how this whole idea of job crafting evolved throughout these decades, and then what are the current issues, what are the future research perspectives in this area. Once you have gone through these papers, you'll develop an insight about your research topic, and it is not necessary that you have to stick to that research topic after you join FPM. You may choose, like I decided that I'll not be doing research on job crafting, so you may choose. In fact, majority of us, they change our research topic once we join IIMs. But then initially for SOP you have to mention something, so better yet you should stick to one topic, get more detail about that, and try to make yourself justify that topic in your SOP and also in the interview. So in the SOP, you can start with like the candidate would like to do more research on the topic of job crafting, which is an emerging topic in OBHR area. The candidate after thorough reading of review papers, the candidate came to know that job crafting has ample opportunities in terms of research which can be carried on, and the same can be applied and contributed towards the academic knowledge. So this is how you can like start. I am giving a general idea, maybe you can rephrase it and write it in a better way. I'm just giving you an idea. And then at the end you can simply write a two line sentence that the it will be an honor to be a part of I am Indore or I am Bangalore, and contribute towards the academic through my research papers or case studies that I will be developing in these 4 years, and also enhance my knowledge and prove myself to be a better academician or better researcher and something like that. So try to make your SOPs attractive, and also make it clear, as much clear as possible. If it is not clear, there is no the faculty will not bother to read more, and then they may throw your application in the garbage. So you need to be very careful that your sentences are appropriate, short, and precise. What you want to do, simply I want to do a research on job crafting because it is an emerging topic in OBHR area. Job crafting has this dimensions which can be evaluated in research, and a lot of publications can come out through this topic simply. And IIM Indore will offer me required infrastructure opportunities which is required for conducting such research. Therefore I am interested in joining IIM Indore. Also IIM Indore is a reputed management institute. The faculties here are already doing a research in this topic, therefore it attracts me more, and that is why I am applying for this program. See, faculties are not full, they are very intelligent, they know that nobody is actually bothered about the faculties. It's all actually the brand name that attracts us, and this is true. at the end of the day it will be the brand that will attract you. So you just try to write as in as honest manner as possible, and definitely you'll get a call. And also if you have not a good score at class 10th and plus 2 level, at least try to justify your application by mentioning some of your achievements in co-curricular or some projects that you have done. For example, I did my masters in social work with OBHR as a specialization from a prestigious institution in India, and at that point of time, I got this opportunity to work with an organization that conducted raid and rescue operations in brothels. So I conducted raid and rescue operation, and I rescued minor girls from brothels, so who were trafficked in slave trade. So this was something I had no certification, but yes, I had prior experience and I could have justified that in my interview. So I mentioned that in the achievement part, and then I was a gold medalist, so I also mentioned that because academic achievements are considered by IIMs, and they in fact give you due recognition for that. So this also helped me. So try to make sure that your application is justified and attracts the faculties. All of your application will be circulated among the faculties, and each of them will actually shortlist you for next round. So based on the majority consensus you are called. So if the majority says no, the chances of you getting a call is very menial. But if you are if you write your SOP in attractive manner, and then your academic and your co-curricular achievements are good, or you have mentioned something which is attractive, definitely they are going to call you. But make sure if you are writing something, you should be able to justify that, because they can ask anything and everything that you are not aware of. Even in fact, even something which you studied at plus 2 level, they may ask you. That doesn't mean you have to read everything from that point of time, but yes, you should be aware about basic, you should have a basic idea about everything. Now coming to the interview part, different IIMs have a different selection process. Let me tell you about a very unique selection process that I faced when I appeared for IIM Rachi. IIM Rachi is a very new IIM, and it's offering FPM program. However, the selection process is relatively tougher than any other IIMs. I got selected for IIM Rachi as well, and there what they did is that the first round was actually a written round. It was a 2 hour question, it was a 2 hour case study based test, where you were given a case study, and you were supposed to answer based on that case study. That case study itself took me 45 minutes to finish reading, finished reading that. And then after that, there were 8 questions that I had to attempt, and it was long answers. So it was totally subjective, need not to have same answer, you may have a different opinion. So you are marked on that, and once you are done, then you are called for the second round, which is actually presentation round. Here you have to present your research topic, and then you have to justify that. So nearly 18 to 20 faculties, they sit in that conference room. In fact, everybody who is there in the faculty group, they come and they sit, and they may ask you anything randomly. So you don't need to you don't need to actually get stressed and burned out. You just need to be calm and patiently listen to their question and try to answer them. Your answer is not important, whether you are answering it correctly or wrong, that is not important. They know that in the 4 years you will be taught about research, and you can correct your research methodology. They are more concerned about whether you can actually tolerate that stress, you can actually understand the question, and you can respond them in a right manner. So your response, the way you will be responsive, is important, and not your answer. They are not testing your knowledge. Testing knowledge is not actually required at this point of life. When you have already done graduation, masters and work ex, they are least bothered about. They are more concerned about your interest area, whether you will be sticking to 4 years program, you will stick to this 4 year program or not, because there are people who quit their FPM program after first year itself or in the second year. So that is why they conduct these grilling interviews and presentations. So in the presentation, which is actually for 20 minutes, you have to present your topic, and once you have presented, you have to wait for the results, because then there is a third round. In the third round you are called for the interview, and this is a group interview where nearly the FPM chair and 5 to 6 faculties, they sit together and they may question ask you anything. Anything means anything. It can be science, it can be your research topic, it can be your work ex, it can be your future goals, how you see yourself after 5 years, what would be your research interests, topics, what will happen if you change your topic, what if you are offered an interdisciplinary topic, or if you may be given a situation. So for IIM Ranchi, the selection process is relatively tougher than any other IIMs. Now coming to the general selection process, which is followed by rest of the IIMs, nearly all the IIMs in the first day, they call you for a area specific interview, and in the area specific interview, the faculties from the same area, for example in OBHR, the faculties from OBHR, they interview. So they will ask you questions related to your specific core areas. For example, why OBHR, why not any other topic? For example, if you are an engineer and then if you are opting for OBHR, then the first question will be OBHR, engineering, what is the relevance? Can you really connect? I'm unable to find any relevance. So they'll try to grill, they'll try to make you, answer something which is actually the real out of you. So you have to be very honest and you have to be very careful while you are answering. Don't panic, be patient, sit quietly and listen to each and every question. Believe me, you will be able to answer all of them correctly. They are simply testing your patience and nothing else. If you have some work ex, be prepared that they may ask you how you find its relevance in your research topic. How do you think this will help you to contribute to your research topic? In fact, I will suggest you that you should choose a research topic which is more relevant to your work ex or your academics, because then you can better justify that topic. So this will be the first round, and shortlisting is actually, the shortlisting the first round is really tough, because nearly 70% of them candidates, they 70 or 80% have to leave in the first day itself, and only 20% or 15% manage to get into the second round. And if you manage to the second round, just chances of you getting a selection is very high. For example, at IIM Kolkata and IIM Bangalore, Ahmedabad itself, around 190 candidates, they appeared for interview, and out of 190 or 180, depending upon IIM Kolkata and Bangalore, it varied. IIM Ahmedabad, it varied. Around 40 of us were called for interview in the second round. So you can imagine, out of 180, 190, only 40 was called for interview, and finally few of them were selected. So this is how the shortlisting, the first round is very tough. You have to be very careful. You have to make sure that your in the first round you should be very patient, because in the second round usually the interview is very cool. They hardly ask you anything specific to your research topic. In the first day, they can ask you anything regarding your research topic, and they may ask you even outside your research topic. So you have to be well prepared. And if you have a publication, make sure you justify what are the methodologies that you have used, analysis of your data, how data was collected, literature review, and so on. So you have to be prepared about that. Now in the those who get shortlisted for the second round, they may have to appear for a written test. For example, I am Kolkata, I am Trichy, and some other IIMs, they asked me to write a one page summary of my research abstract, actually a research proposal. And in I am Kolkata, it was a quantitative paper. I was asked to solve quantitative questions. So they may give you a question paper, and the question paper can vary. Some IIMs call it RAT, research aptitude test, some call it by different names, so it varies. But the question usually have some qualitative questions, some quantitative questions, and it may have a research proposal that you have to write. They may give you a topic and they may ask you to write a research proposal in one page. So what I suggest you is that you should Google and you should find a basic format of research proposals, how research proposals are written, what is the first heading, what is the second heading, the third heading, and so on, so that in case if you are asked to write research proposals, you are well prepared. Also try to brush up your mathematical skills by reading RS Ragwal class 10th level ka or class 12th levels probability, because you may expect some questions on probability statistics. They are supposed to ask you question on statistics. You can also do one thing, that you can download some PDF files from the web that specifically deals with formulas in statistics, like regression, ANOVA, MANOVA, and so on. Better you should learn these definition: what is regression, what is linear collinear regression, what is multilinear regression, and so on, because they may ask you what is multilinear regression, what is MANOVA, what is ANOVA, and so on. So you should be prepared for that. What is standard deviation, and what is mean, mood, median, what is the difference between mean, mood, and median, how mean, mood, and median are related to each other. So you should learn the definition for all these statistical terms. There are different books, but I suggest you not to go through them, because it's not required at this point of time. uh, Better you should google topic statistics, statistical terminologies, and you should read the definition. Even I did the same, and it helped me a lot. And for mathematics, a basic probability, trigonometry, quantitative equation, linear equation, these all some of the questions that you can expect. Also graphs, how to draw graphs for different equations. They may ask you, like in IIM Kolkata, they asked me to draw a graph for x plus y equation. It was not x plus y, it was something like that, but it was in linear equation, and so on, linear and bilinear equation. So you have to be prepared for that. Beyond that, they don't expect any other questions, at least in the mathematical point, and at least in OBHR, marketing, and strategy area. For OMQT, for economics, you may expect more question on mathematics, but I'm not sure about that, because I didn't appear for that. But for strategy, marketing, and OB, I know at least this much. Yeah. So once you are done with the written test, then usually there is no shortlisting in the this written test. All those who write the paper, they are called for the final round of interview. And the final round of interview, as I said, there will be a group of faculties from different areas, including the FPM chair, and they may ask you anything, and based on that, finally your performance at different level is actually calculated, and then based on total score, you are either offered FPM admission, or you may ask to apply next year, because you may get rejected. And good thing is that all the IIMs, nearly all the IIMs, they offer you conveyance allowance for this FPM interview, so you don't have to worry. At least you can get your travel expenses reimbursed. So appearing for FPM interview itself is a very good experience, because nearly all the IIMs offer you accommodation and food, so you don't have to pay anything. The 2 day or 3 day affair is literally fun. You meet different people from different background, work ex, and then you get to know about different research ideas, and also how competitive people can be, because there will be people from IITs, those who have already done MBAs from IIMs, old and new IIMs, and then there will be people from abroad. In fact, many of my seniors, and batchmates, they studied from prestigious institutions in USA and Canada, and then they are opting for FPM program at IIMs. So obviously the competition is at par with any other examination. But yes, here the priority is different. Here the goal is very different. Research is your main agenda, and that is what you are trying to get into. So this is how the selection process is carried on. FPM program itself is very lucrative, in the sense ki you don't have any financial burden. At least IIMs offer you a stipend, with varies from different IIMs. For example, IIM Indore offer me 27,000 rupees monthly stipend, and this includes everything. This includes fooding, lodging, and all the thing. In IIM Kolkata, or IIM Bangalore, or IIM Lucknow, you are paid 30,000 rupees, but then they deduct charges for your housing, or for your fooding. So depending upon the IIMs, it may vary from IIMs to IIMs, it may vary. Also, IAMS offer you various offers you different opportunities to present papers in national and international conferences. In fact, like I am Indore, and many of the IAMS, they offer you a reimbursement of rupees 2 lakh for international conferences. In fact, for attending this conference, 80% of the money is paid to you in advance, and the rest 20% after you come back and present a report on your conference. So like up to 2 lakh rupees they reimburse your conference expenses, for flight expenses, accommodation and everything, for international conferences. For national conferences, majority of the IAMs offer unlimited times you can present in the national conferences, and I guess 30,000 is the limit for national conference, for each conference. Apart from that, you also get contingency to buy laptop. Even I bought this Kindle for using my stipend, and in lots of book in my shelf, they were bought only through this contingency. So from the first year itself, we start using our contingency. It is normally on reimbursement basis. So first you buy the thing, and then you submit the bill, and you get and show that product with the FPM office, and then your expenses are reimbursed. So but that is good. You can spend up to 30,000 rupees at IIM Indore under contingency, and 30,000 more than sufficient to buy books and rest of the things. Or if you are not using that contingency, then in the next year that 30,000 will add to your next year's contingency. So total it will become 60,000, and then you can buy a good laptop. Or you may use the 30,000 and add some of your money and then buy a laptop, and so on. In fact, like I am Bangalore, they in fact pay you up to 70,000 for contingency to buy the laptop in advance. Before in fact joining the program itself, you get 70,000 rupees to buy a laptops and other accessories. So depending on the AMS, it vary. You have access to library, you have a lifetime membership of IIM alumni status, and there are lots of other facilities. Like in IIM Indore, we have a swimming, we have a swimming pool, we have two gyms, we have spa, sauna bath, and steam bath, and then we have cycling course, and then we have football stadiums, we have basketball, badminton, cricket stadiums, badminton, lawn tennis, table tennis, and then squash. And then we even have a 500-seater cinema hall. And believe me, every week we have a new movie which is presented, and then which we can watch, that is free of cost. And it is not even a percent, if you compare it with any PVR cinema hall, I am Indore cinema hall is at par with any of the PVR cinema halls in India. So these are the facilities that are available at IIMs. So it's not that simply joining FPM program will be very boring and dull. No, you have fun, you have everything, but then you have some responsibilities as well. Some IIMs have put forth that you have to publish at least two articles or a case study and one ABDC rated journal in order to convocate from IIMs. And if you are unable to do that, then no matter whether you have spent 3 years or 7 years at IIMs, you will not be allowed, you will not be offered that degree, FPM degree. So yes, some responsibilities are there, but then at what cost? This is an important question. If you are getting everything, then some expectations are fair enough. If faculties are expecting something from you, that is very fair enough. So these are the basic details about FPM programs and the facilities. And you also get accommodation, as I said, that is at IIM Indore, it is free of cost. In fact, many of the IIMs, majority of them, it is free of cost. You can see this is my room, and quite a big room, in fact, enough to accommodate 2 3 people here. And I have tried to decorate it in my own way. We have a attached washroom as well. So I just wanted you to see that, in fact, I am Indore's FPM residence is considered the best residence, best hostel in the whole I am Indore campus. So it depends. FPM students have their own privilege. They faculties literally like them, respect them, and they are treated at as just like colleagues, because majority of the FPM candidates, they are like in the 30s or 40s. So obviously and some of our faculties as young as 29 years old and 31 years old. So all FPM candidates are treated like a colleague, and they are respected. They are treated fair enough. But yes, there's a difference between PGP program and FPM program. So you should not compare yourself with the PGPs. They are totally different. They have a different goal. For them, performance is least concerned. They are more concerned about placements and package. Our concern is more focused towards research and contributing to the academia. This is all about FPM program. I hope you liked my presentation. In case you have any doubt, any query, you can send your queries at my mail ID. You can say, post your queries on this YouTube as well, your comment section. And my mail ID is f17 yusuf h at the rate of imindore dot at the rate of imindore dot ac dot in. Or you may use my personal mail id, which is yusuf.dssw at the rate of gmail.com. My You can spell my name by yusuf, Yusuf. So my mail id for I am Indore is f17, f for fellow, f17 yusuf h for hey, at the rate of I am Indore dot ac dot in. Thank you.